Hello friends, Gayan Buddhika is here with another interesting and educative video brought to you by English in English with Gayan Buddhika YouTube channel. I warmly welcome all of you to another interesting and educative video brought to you by English in English with Gayan Buddhika YouTube channel. For about 2 months, I couldn't bring a video from YouTube channel due to some personal reasons, but I hope to bring you a series of YouTube channels from today. Now today's date is 21st October 2020, 21st October 2020, and now the time is 2:05. Now time is 2:05. I told you the time and date because a few minutes ago, just a few minutes ago, I heard another bad breaking news that curfew has been imposed to whole Gampaha district until next Monday. Now today is Wednesday, that means we will have to stay at home without going anywhere for how many days? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. For about 5 days, for around 5 days, we will have to stay at home without going anywhere. The COVID-19 pandemic which erupted in the Wuhan city, China, about 10 years ago, has been pressurizing us in different ways. Still, it has been pressurizing us in different ways, and it has changed our lives completely upside down, right? The people who were spending happy lives have had to undergo a lot of difficulties, have had to undergo a lot of a huge pathetic situation. They have had to undergo a lot of difficulties due to this corona pandemic. So what I want to say is, the essence of this talk is not only Sri Lanka but also the whole world has come to a standstill. The situation of the whole world has become very pathetic. We don't know what is going to happen next. We don't know how many days we will have to stay at home. We don't know how many days we will have to stay at home without any income. When the first wave came to Sri Lanka in around, I think, in February or March, our income sources were completely hindered. Right, our income sources are completely hindered. Some people completely lost their income sources. Some people lost half of their income. People had to stay at home. People had to stay at homes for around 4-5 months. So people had to undergo a lot of difficulties. Right, our lives became completely pathetic. Now the third wave of corona pandemic has come specifically to Gampaha district. So the lives of the people who are living in Gampaha district are not going to be very happy for the next coming weeks. We don't know how long we will have to undergo these difficulties. So in this video, what I want to talk about is happiness. As human beings, we seek happiness in various ways. As human beings, we seek happiness in different ways. Right? Most of the intelligent people think that if we learn well, if we come to a good position in education, we would be able to find real happiness. I'll explain. I'll enter this story in a different way. Recently, I watched a video of a YouTube channel brought to you by Tissa Jananayake sir. Recently, I watched a video of Tissa Jananayake sir. We know that Mr. Tissa Jananayake is one of the most popular biology teachers in Sri Lanka, and I have kept him in my high regards. I respect him a lot, right? I appreciate his efforts, and I personally know how humble, how genuine, and how generous person he is. So I thought to bring this video specially in appreciation of Tissa Jananayake sir. In that video, he talked about seeking happiness. Right? He started his story with a very interesting. He started his talk with a very interesting but very educative story. A story of Nasruddin, a fable of Nasruddin. We all know who Nasruddin is. One day, Nasruddin was searching for a lost ring in his garden. One day, he lost one of his rings, and he was searching for it in his garden. He kept looking for it for hours, but he couldn't find it. One of Nasruddin's friends, who was going past his house, saw this, entered the garden, and he asked Nasruddin, "What are you looking for?" Nasruddin said, "I am searching for my lost ring." So that friend also joined him, and he also started looking for it. Some other friends also joined them. They also started searching for the lost ring. These guys kept searching for the ring for hours. They kept searching for the ring until evening, but they couldn't find it. Then one of Nasruddin's friends asked him, Nasruddin, can you please remember where were you wearing it when you lost it? Where were you wearing it when you lost it? So Nasruddin kept thinking for a moment and said, I was wearing it when I was in kitchen, right? When I was in kitchen. Then that friend got angry. He became furious, right? He became furious, and he asked, then if you had lost it when you were in the kitchen, why are you looking for the ring in the garden? Nasruddin said, the reason is, it is very dark in the kitchen. I know that I lost the ring when I was in the kitchen, but I can't search for it because it is very dark in the kitchen. Anyway, I must find this, right? I have lost my ring. I know that I have lost it when I was in the kitchen. Now it is dark in the kitchen. Anyway, I must find this ring. That's why I'm searching for it in the garden. This theory can be applied to us. As Sri Lankans. Thissa Ranayaka applied this story to a biology student, right? We know that our Sri Lankan students who sit for O-level exam with the expectation of getting 9 A's, maybe 8 A passes, 1 B passes, choose biology or math subject for A levels, right? Most of the Sri Lankan students who get 9 A passes, maybe around 8 A's, 1 B, right? In short, the students who pass the O-level exam with flying colors, without any hesitation, choose biology or math subjects for A levels. We know that biology and math subjects are very difficult, and you have to make a lot of huge sacrifice in order to pass this exam. So let's talk like this. I'll bring this story to you like this. Imagine there's a student called Nimal. The name of this student is Nimal. He got 9 A passes in the O-level exam, and without any hesitation, he chose to do biology subjects for A levels. Now we know that a student who studies for A levels has to study minimum 2.5 years, right? Minimum 2.5 years. It can be either 3 years, maybe around 4 years if he is going to sit for the exam for the second time, right? Now this boy called Nimal chose bio subjects for A levels, right? Now he has to go to tuition classes for 3 main subjects: biology, chemistry, and physics. All these subjects are very difficult, right? Theory classes are held from morning to evening at the stretch. Sometimes in addition to theory classes, they have to attend revision classes, tube classes, paper classes. So basically they have to attend tuition classes all 7 days of the week. There are only 7 days in the week. So these students have to attend tuition classes for all 7 days. They have no freedom at all, right? They have no freedom at all. So, most of the biology and math students try to seek real happiness in life. They think that after passing the A-level exam, with flying colors, that they would be able to find real happiness. So with the great patience, with the huge patience, they learn for A-level. They prepare for A-level exam for around 2.5 years, maybe for around 3 years, and they sit for the exam, and they think that after passing the A-level exam with flying colors, or in other words we can say after entering the university, all their problems would be over. They would be able to find real happiness in life. Now the university life starts. They enter the university, and university life starts, right? In the university, a biology student, a medical student has to study minimum 5 years until he becomes a doctor, right? Now the boy who was expecting to seek real happiness after entering the university understands. He realizes that he would never be able to find real happiness, because university life is more difficult. University life is more difficult and more bitter than the A-level life. Anyway, with the great patience, he studies in the university for 5 years and passes out as a trainee doctor. Now he thinks now the university life is over, all the exams are over, now I would be able to find real happiness in life. We know that a trainee doctor has to serve in a government university for around 1 year, for around 1 or 2 years as a trainee doctor. His a quarters is given, and specifically he has to work under the supervision of a senior doctor. Now the doctor who was expecting to find real happiness in life after ending the university life realizes that this happiness is never going to come to me, because that training period as a doctor becomes more difficult, more pathetic, and more bitter than the university life. Anyway, he makes up his mind, and again keeps working with lot of patience for around 1 year. Now he is made permanent. Now he is made permanent in his job, and he becomes a HO, house officer, or in other words we can say health officer or house officer of in a hospital. Now he is a vehicle is given, a quarters is given, and in the vicinity of the hospital, right? A quarters is given in the vicinity of the hospital, and he starts working as a permanent HO, house officer. When the time passes, this person realizes that now I have been living alone for years, right? Throughout the day, I have to work in the hospital. After returning to the quarters, I have to wash my clothes. I have to cook my own food. Everything should be done by myself. Now the life has become more pathetic. Then he realizes that even after being made permanent in his job, he has not been able to find real happiness in life. He thinks, now I have been living alone. I have been living alone for years. Sometimes I would be able to find this happiness if I get married. Now he gets married, right? We know that after getting married, problems are never solved. Instead, problems are doubled, maybe problems are tripled. Then he thinks, now I have been living with my wife 4 months, maybe around 4 years. I think I would be able to find happiness if we get a child, right? Now a child is born, a baby is born, but this baby never allows them to sleep. This baby never allows this couple to sleep in peace, right? Throughout whole night he cries, right? He gets up suddenly, he cries, and parents also have to break rest. The parents also have to burn a lot of midnight oil with this child. So then he thinks I would be able to find happiness when this child become older, right? Now the child grows up, the child grows, he becomes older, and the child is admitted to a school. He does the O-level exam, he does the A-level exam, and child is given on marriage, right? The child also gets married. After getting married, that child comes to their house with their children. After getting married, this child come to their parents' house with their children. So the essence of this story is we can never seek real happiness in life if we expect it to happen tomorrow. Usually what we do is we plan things, we work hard, and we think that we would be able to find real happiness in life tomorrow, in the coming days, but it never happens. So what we should do is spending this particular moment happily, right? Spending this particular moment happily, right? If you can spend this particular moment happily, I won't say that you would be able to find real happiness, real eternal happiness. But if you can spend this particular moment happily, you would be able to spend the coming days happily. So I thought of bringing this story to you because nowadays all of us are seeking happiness. You know that our lives have become pathetic, right? Our lives have become pathetic. We are undergoing a lot of difficulties. We are undergoing a lot of financial problems. We are undergoing a lot of family problems. The freedom that we had been enjoying for years has gone away from us. We don't know how long we will have to stay in houses. So if you want to seek real happiness in life, what you must do is spending this particular moment happily. So inviting all of you to spend this particular moment happily, and with the promise of bringing another educative and interesting video. For today, I may take your leave. Thank you very much.